Are Chelsea now the biggest club in London?
I think so. I think what they've achieved over the last 10 years has been incredible. I think the stadium needs work. Cobham's unbelievable as a training facility. I think you look at the playing squad and what they've achieved over the last 10 years. I think you have to look at them as the top club in London. I think Tottenham have got a long way to go. They've got the best stadium, obviously, but they've got a long way to go to match what Chelsea are doing. And obviously Arsenal, huge football club, but they're not doing it on the pitch. And unless they start investing in their playing staff, then they're not going to be number one in London. West Ham are doing really well. So, yeah, there's a lot of big clubs in London, but I do feel Chelsea are leading the way.
Disagree. Sorry, Trev. I mean, and I'm a Spurs fan, but you can't get away from the fact that Arsenal are the biggest club in London. And let's be, if you're going on history, if you're going on real success over a football club and fan base and everything that comes with a football club, I'm sorry, Chelsea are the most successful club right now in London. We know that. They've got the billionaire owner. They are the most successful club. If you're going,
how many decades do you have to go back before you start bringing Arsenal's results and silverware into play? It's a ludicrous argument.
Yeah, but it is because Trev. Listen, you can be classed as a stupid argument because they're both huge football clubs. But at the end of the day, if you're asking who's bigger, who is the biggest club in London, it's Arsenal.
Yeah,
I mean, they've won the most trophies. They've been the most successful. Right? If you in terms of 47 trophies, I think they've won in their illustrious career.
The problem with that argument, and I hear it, is that it means that Manchester City will never overtake Manchester United.
No, they
because
won't.
They've won so many trophies. But Trevor and I find this argument, I've got to be honest, I find it absolutely spurious. But it's written in front of me on a screen.
Yeah.
Who's bigger right now in Manchester after a week in which, of course, they both lost European finals?
Yeah, I think Manchester City are leading the way. They're catching up financially each year.
Oh, come on,
the way that the blueprint of the football club,
Trevor.
The investment, the playing staff, what they're winning year in, year out.
Trev.
I think, for me, I think, listen, you can, again...
You were playing Gillingham. I mean, how many people have I come on and talking about, we were playing Gillingham and Tranmere 20 years ago? Come on. Let's be realistic.
People don't care about 20 years ago because if it's about history, then Huddersfield won the title again and again and again in the 1920s, but they're not the biggest club.
Manchester United are the biggest club in the world. Them and Real Madrid. Manchester City are nowhere near that yet. They are successful, a very successful club. They haven't won a European title. So you can't put them anywhere near Manchester United. Sorry, you can't.
If you look at... Say I was asked to go to a football club, forget about my loyalties. Mm-hmm. What club are you going to go to?
Manchester United.
Oh.
I'm not sure that many of the pros would agree with you,
I think you go to
Jamie.
Manchester City straight away.
I understand that, particularly your arguments about history. I'd be the first person to back that up in many, many ways. But you only have to look at... Because Chelsea, my memory is always that they were the third biggest team in London. And I guess I'll go to my grave believing that. But you cannot argue with what they've done and what they are doing in terms of producing successful winning teams. And Manchester City could have the same argument at the moment against a Manchester United club. Well, now over half a decade, is it? Since Mourinho left, they've...
Come on, Trev. Trev, you won the Premier League the other week, and you had about 10 fans turn up outside the ground.
Yeah, no. Listen, that was a situation where they were there the game before, thinking they were going to win the league against Chelsea, and it was mobbed. And all of a sudden, it's a raining night on a Tuesday, and lastminute.com, somebody else has lost for us to win the league. People didn't turn up. But what I'm saying is, when you look at the fundamentals and the foundations of the football club, the recruitment, the playing staff, the stadium, the training ground, winning trophies year in, year out, Manchester United do not do that at this present time. So for me, Manchester City are a bigger club.
And I can answer this question for you much more simply. If you're a Leyton Orient fan, Leyton Orient are the biggest club in London, and that's the way fans think about it.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods. Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.